You don't need to spend hours scrolling on Pinterest to get inspiration. I'm a former spa therapist, and in a lot of day spas, medi-spa clinics, salons, they do use really simple things like based from nature. They use very earthy elements to create that calming atmosphere. So what atmosphere, what vibe, what energy, what feeling do you want to evoke while you're in your home? And you can draw inspiration from anywhere. So that's what I'm trying to remind you of today in my video. I teach beauticians how to sell retail products. I'm also a mother and I do vlogging, and I love talking about motherhood, interiors, and anything to do with aesthetics, beauty. And that's why today I wanted to inspire you to refresh your home for summer. Whether it's in the shops or whether it's out and about in nature, whether it's in somebody else's home that you can see, or whether it's something completely unrelated, how can you take an item that and use it for a different function? So for example, we were recently in a cafe and it was a part of a garden centre, so it's kind of linked, I get it, but they used flower pots with like fake birds and butterflies, and this was a whole display. This was a whole design feature. This was like they hung the flower pots at different lengths from the ceiling as if they were lampshades, and using something as simple as a terracotta plain pot, they used it in a new way. So that is, I think, the epitome of style, the epitome of just pick out elements that you enjoy, whether it's colour or whether it's a certain design feature, and bring that into your home. So like that, like I said at the start of the video, you don't need to make everything look like a Pinterest board. You don't need to invest thousands upon thousands on home renovations. Sometimes the simplest features, like for example, in my own home, I use placemats as a wall feature, and just stuck them on like with removable, renter friendly, removable like little wall stickers to secure them in place. So something like simple like that. You don't need to spend hundreds on artwork. It's all about pulling in elements. Do I like the colours? Do I like the shape? Do I like the look and the vibe this is going to give? So you can take your inspiration from anywhere. It can be, even you can use these design tips when you're designing your salon, your spa. And some great design tips I've learned over the years, just from trial and error and observation, has been to include negative space. So if you're putting pictures on a gallery wall, or if you're displaying items, to always include a bit of empty space. If you're putting items on a shelf, always make sure there's like, your natural instinct is to like put everything, fit the space, make use of it, but actually like in design element is to leave a little bit of that space spare, so to cover maybe 70% of that space on the shelf, and then to leave a little gap around it. It's just the visual side. Are you okay, baby? The babies are keep going, saying hello. So this is real life full moon for you. Another great tip was to look at the colour palette, as in your colour choices for the interiors, but as a whole, all over the house. So if you're designing a fresh space in the garden, like make it cohesive with the house, the colours in the house as well. So think of the whole house, and then it's much easier to, like when you're out in the shops, to actually, if you see something, does that work with my colour palette? It gives you a little framework of, no, I only have neutral colours in the house. No, I only have yellow is my accent colour, my bold colour that I add in small sections. So is this item, if you see it out in the shops, oh, you think it looks great, is it actually practical or like going to match your scheme? Well, have you decided on the colours beforehand and kind of keep within that? Obviously you can change things up and it's your space, you can do whatever you like, and you can have all colours if you want. You don't need to spend hours scrolling on Pinterest to get inspiration. Get out there and get ideas and projects that you can do at home, and elements that you can bring into your home for your summer interiors, to refresh your home. It's so important with interiors to tweak things every now and again. Get a fresh environment, gives you a boost of energy, boost of motivation. Move things around, move furniture around. I do this all the time, and you don't need to constantly copy these magazine-worthy styled homes. A lot of those homes are staged. So in this video, I'm showing you how I sometimes just go out and about in the shops, and when you see the merchandise and the displays, Like, what can you take from them and copy and do at home? Can you do something similar? Sometimes it can be just a colour or a way they do a plant or a way they place the lighting. 1 or 2 elements. Don't need to copy the whole thing. Your home can be unique. So this video is all about inspiring you to look and have an artist's eye and just pick out colours or elements or a certain thing that you like, whether it's in the shop. Visually, it's more calming and really effective if it's taking into consideration the whole house or the whole environment, not just room by room and have one room completely different than the next, in vibe and style. And in the summertime, you can think of your garden space or your balcony, or even if you don't have any green space like that, think of it like a herb garden in your kitchen counter, or can you create some green space even outside if it's a communal garden space. Think about that as like blending the indoors with the outdoors. So what I've seen in a lot of shops was outdoor lanterns that look like normal indoor lamps, that you're creating this element of a second living room, a second like coffee table, like a second breakfast bar, like in your garden. So that multifunctional space, like expanding your home but using that garden. That just because it's a garden doesn't mean it has to be that traditional. Like, who made these rules that everything has to look a traditional set way? It's your home, so here's your permission to think outside the box and create something new and create something that suits your lifestyle. Even what I've seen is some parents doing an actual cafe menu, but that's your food prep for the week. So kids can pick from your menu and laminate them and make it feel like a cafe, and save loads of money, make your coffee at home. So could you create a restaurant elements in your kitchen and your home? So, you know, repurpose items. I've seen that in a lot of cafes as well, that it's not typical what you expect on the table. Use something like, as a placemat, could be a slab of wood. It could be you know, a slate cutting board is your placemat. Like, think outside the box. Just repurpose items for different areas, and we'll focus on tying in the element, the colour or the vibe, or some one thing that ties it to the overall theme in the room. And then it's much easier if you stick to kind of you know, before you start, like, really, these are the elements that I like. So for me, maybe floral or more tropical flowers and butterflies and pink, lots of feminine colours, to kind of stick to one palette and always be looking for that. And then your inspiration will be easier, and it's easier to make the decisions then, design decisions, because they can be expensive, like if you're constantly changing and then you want things to match or tie in, and you don't want a scheme that's like, you know, look at the house as a whole. You don't want a scheme that's all different different vibes. Each room you go into is a whole different feel, but like if you can afford that, go for it, if that's what you like. So design, and the inspiration and the purpose of this video is to get you to think outside the box and decide what vibe, what design would I like, what feel would I like in my home. So I hope this video inspired you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us. Write in the comments below if you've got any cool ideas. Spread some of your items that you've repurposed in a new manner. Type in the comments below. I'd love to hear, even for myself. I really want to, like, you know, try new things, and let's inspire other people to decorate and create some beauty and spread some beauty and spa wellness out in the world. So I created this really cool snack board. I seen this in another vlog, so I'll try link that with a girl below. It was a really good idea, like a snacking grazing tray, and just to display it nicely, and the kids are more likely to like grab and eat that way. And you can even do a full lunch like this, and it's more the display, the visual element, and just the snacking and grazing, that they don't always need a full 3-course meal or a full like dinner on a plate as such, that traditional setup. That make life easy for yourself. You can make this even the night before and have it covered up. Obviously fruit and certain things go a bit softer, so you have to really get something that covers it well and keeps it airtight, or store stuff in the fridge and have like fruit and everything pre-cut, and it's just so much simpler. And I think it really encourages independence for the kids as well, that want a story philosophy of independence and life skills, and let them pick and choose their own snacks. And it's a great way to even do like lunch like this. So I'd recommend that over the summer to make your life easier, even just fruit or whatever snacks you have on hand, whatever you think your kids like. And it's a good way for them to try, I think, as well. If it's displayed nicely and colourful, they're more likely to try a different new flavour, try something else. So you can do a mix of like, I like to encourage like little sweets and something healthy like the fruit or vegetables, or you know, have it mixed in there. And because of the display element, they might go and be more likely to try it. So it's a great mum hack to make your life easier. Instead of the I'm hungry and being question, have it pre-prepared. This is something you can do in the evenings if you have the energy. I know you just collapse at night time, exhaustion and stuff some nights, but even this is easier to prepare than to think of a full combination of a meal, especially with if you're like myself, ADHD, or if you're just in survival mode and very stressed. It's just less decisions. Just grab whatever snacks you can find and put them all together on the tray, and use different bowls and colours, and it doesn't have to perfectly all match or go together. The kids just like the element, I think, and the novelty of picking and choosing and grazing, and yeah, it was a real big hit in our house. So please try this, give it a go. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you guys do this, or are you more traditional kids, like a full meal prepared? I left the snack board out and they can come and go and come back to it. There's certain food, like I would recommend like cereal. Now that does go kind of soft and then it goes off, so you have to keep that covered. But to mix in a trail mix or with nuts and seeds, to actually mix like Smarties and little bits of chocolate in with them, or anything that has that colourful element, so like raisins and dried fruit in with cereal, or pretzels, or like grapes are a good one, or apple was hard to keep fresh, or banana. So more, I found the grapes, or you could do grapes and cheese, and then raisins, or crackers, or like little savoury treats. So they're the best. Any kind of hard, crunchy snack kind of stays a bit fresher out on the table. Or you could do like a bento box type lunch box with different compartments, and keep restocking that. Just get a big bento box and have that constantly restocked, and you could put that out every day, especially if it had a lid that you could open and close, so just to keep it airtight. So yeah, crackers, rice cakes, like waffles, fruit, even cut up vegetables, little tomatoes, peppers. The most unusual things can be snacks as well, like you could cut up little bits of toast, do like bread. Yeah, just get creative with it, and don't put much thought in it. Just grab whatever and put it out on the tray. Make your life simple.